Alrighty. It's been a second since I've made any type of YouTube video, but I've been doing easily the best I've been doing with trading. So I'm gonna go through a September recap, and so I'm gonna highlight the top 5 wins and the top 3 losses, and then so currently sitting. I guess not currently sitting at. I finished September with a return of 17.22%. So I generated $1,772.35. The balance difference in here doesn't include a $1,000 contribution. And then obviously, yeah, 17% return. My average sale was about $30 and about 5.5%. And then the average, like my average transacted value was just shy of $1,000. My average trade duration was 3 days, and I placed an average of, or like I made an average of 4.76 transactions a day, so about 5 transactions a day between buying and selling. So we're gonna take a look at some of the individual ones, and then I'm gonna go through my current watch list and sort of what I did today in preparation. So the number one win was on open. So you can see I have everything labeled on here, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I personally, this trade sort of sucks, or it's like I guess it's bittersweet because it's easily the best trade of the month, but it could have been a lot better. The entry or the exit right here was completely accidental. I definitely could have held on to it a little bit longer. I just genuinely accidentally sold the position. It was like a whole kerfluffle, but sucked ass. And then IMRX, same thing. I wish I had held on to it a little bit longer. Stop loss placement here was just a little bit too high. And then it went up, but obviously it's gone down a lot since then. So you wouldn't have wanted to keep holding it, but I probably could have sold up in here. That's getting a little nitpicky though. Very, very happy with this trade. Number 3 was on LEU. This is a very, very solid trade, and once again, I wish I was still in it. This huge gap down reversal was something that I really couldn't have anticipated, so got stopped out there. And then, yeah, I wish I was still in it. It's going up. It's going up today. It sucks, but it is what it is. 33% in 16 days. Very, very chill. And then fourth is going to be ONDS. I'm actually still in this, and it's actually sitting up 16% today as of 10:30 a.m. So made a lot of money on this. If you had positioned this differently, like if I do like an end of year recap, ONDS will absolutely show up in there as one of the top ones because of just dude, this thing prints money, dude. I love this stock. My fifth one was on LITE. So once again, everything labeled. I feel very, very good about this one. I wish I'd stayed in it a little bit longer, considering that LATE and BE are really popping off right now. But it is what it is. I feel like this is a very, very good trade. And so now we'll start getting into the losses. Biggest loss this month was on PSIX. I honestly couldn't tell you what happened looking off this chart. I genuinely have no idea. This just seemed like a bad thing all around. Second worst loss was on IONQ just the other day. Just bad stop loss placement. I should have waited for this low volume area in here. We were under view up anyway. I honestly just not the best situation. And then QS, so this is actually a much more costly. These should be flipped in the order. But QS, this one stings a little bit. This one is for real the other day. This is yesterday. So stop loss placement was just a little shy. I got a crazy fill. I had a big issue with getting filled because of some Wi-Fi issues I was having. So I got filled way up here and tried to push my stop loss a little bit. I normally would have gone clean under 12, which would have saved me. I usually would have gone 11.99. And then of course we took off, and I would have been up a lot and would have been able to free roll it. But it is what it is. And then so now we'll just talk about what I'm looking at day to day again. Just getting very specific and what I did actually just this morning. So we're going to talk a lot about the watch list. So when I'm building a watch list, I'm looking to group stocks based off correlation. So if I'm looking at something like this, where RGTI, QBTS, IONQ, QTUM, which is the quantum ETF, all of these are looking very, very similar, And especially so if the quantum ETF has just had a really good day after a pretty good period of consolidation. That means that these are usually going to be ready to go. And so I want to have quantum stocks on my top. I want to have those in my list. And so when I do this initial round of grouping or my round one watch list, this is sort of the number of stocks and sort of what it'll look like when I'm going through everything. And then eventually I'll narrow that down to just a couple and just the top ones of this group. So this is where you'll get that round two watch list. And I just really have a couple that I'm keeping a very, very close eye on. So this is actually today. And I believe that I bought, what did I buy? I bought JOBY and I bought LTBR, but then sold it immediately. So this is sort of what I'm looking at, like on my charts. As of recently, I've just been marking out high or like high volume areas, and it's been very 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 helpful. I'm sure I'll talk a little bit more about it specifically in coming videos if I feel the desire to. But just a quick, short and simple video on the September recap and sort of what I did today, what I'm looking at today. If we want, we can take a look at stock today. Holy shit, JOBY actually about to hit free roll target. ONDS up 20%. Yeah, man, they're sitting good. LTBR is a good example of knowing when to exit a trade. I believe I had my order at just under $21. So you can see I basically I entered on this candle, sat up and watched it come back down and said I'm not gonna hold on to that. So that was a good example of that. RGTI I was watching for the open. Wish I took the 5-minute ORB. Would have been a great 5-minute ORB. Would have been up 12% on it. This stock's absolutely crushing today. Same with QBTS. Both of these were very very high on my watch today, and just sort of fumbled those. But JOBY is looking promising. CIFR from the other day is looking very good. NEO, VSCO, Open is still in the shitter. Not feeling great about this, but JOBY is looking really, really nice. Hopefully we can hit that little free roll target today, but we've sort of stopped it at this low volume node right here. So we'll see. Believe that on JOBY specifically we're already up the ADR percentage, so I have doubts, but wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, that's really it. I don't have a ton else to add. I hope you enjoyed it.